I've not heard anything from our studio. Which is interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the Columbia River Marching Band honors America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome from rainy Kiggins Bowl here in Vancouver. Tonight we have the Washougal Panthers visiting the Columbia River Rapids in a 2A Greater St. Helens League matchup. My name is Nick Bowl. I'll be rocking with you all night long here in our production facility at Kiggins Bowl. I'm excited tonight because we've got two teams with eyes on the playoffs. Right now in the Greater St. Helens League at the 2A level, Ridgefield head and shoulders above everyone else at 5-0 in league. They're number 2 in state. They're a lock for the playoffs. Right behind them, traditional power Hawkinson in second place at 4-1. Those two teams look to be playoff bound. But behind them, we've got three teams all bunched up. Tonight's game could go a long way for both of them. Washougal at 3-3 in league. Columbia River at 2-3 in league. You've also got Mark Morris at 3-3 in league. So what happens this week and next week will go a long way to determining who will make the playoffs at the 2A level. So we are just about to get underway here at Kiggins. A lot of excitement here in the air, a lot of rain in the air. The roof here at Kiggins is under construction, so even in the stands we've got a lot of rain. Some very hardy fans in the stands tonight. Excited for some local high school football. Washougal will be kicking. Back to return for Columbia River. We've got Victor Flores. I believe that's Levi Hongel, if I'm reading his uniform number correctly. Kicking off for the Washougal Panthers, it's going to be Kobe Johnson. And we're off. A little pooch kick up the middle there. That ball's dropped. The ball's still loose on the turf. Columbia River dives on it. They learned their lesson last week against Ridgefield when Ridgefield kicked it off. The ball hit the turf and stuck. The returner didn't know what to do. Watched as the Ridgefield special teams unit hopped on the ball to pick up the ball around the goal line. I'm sure that was a point of emphasis this week in practice. Those kickoffs are live balls. They are not like punts that can be downed. So Columbia River will have good starting field position here on the 29-yard line. At quarterback, you've got number 4, Adam Watts, a junior, shown a lot of touch this year on his passes. He hands the ball right up the middle there. Not much of a gain for Caden McDonald. Columbia River without one of its running backs from the start of the year. Dylan Keir suffering an injury that knocked him out for the rest of the season. His dad, Corey, a coach on the sideline for Columbia River. I know they're disappointed that his senior season came to an end. You can see some good penetration there by that Washougal defense on the replay. We've got 4 cameras tonight. Great one down there on the end zone, run by Sam. Got a big cover over the top of him to keep him dry. Keep bringing us those great replays. Here's a big play up the middle. Oh, that ball's loose. Columbia River dives on it. It's a wet night, so we might see some fumbles. We might see some drop passes. We might see some balls slip out of quarterback's hands. The towel guy on the sideline is going to be working overtime, keeping a dry ball in play here. So we're looking at 3rd down and 4. See the fumble here on the replay. Yep, just somebody got their arm in there and knocked that ball loose for McDonald. So we've got 3 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. McDonald behind Watts. That ball is dropped as well, and that's going to be blown up. A bad snap. Some great penetration there by that Washougal defender. I think that was Matthew Jane on the tackle, and that's going to be 4th down for Columbia River. Not the start they were hoping for tonight. So back to punt for Columbia River. I'm trying to spot a number here. Oh, that ball is dropped. Another drop for Columbia River. Disaster for the Rapids. And Washougal buries the punter there on the 15-yard line. They're going to start their first possession with great field goal position. And you know what? It was the same guy it was last time in the backfield, Matthew Jane. Big play on special teams. And Washougal's in business. Watch, he takes his eye off the ball. Nowhere to go. And it's not just one Panther, I guess. There's a lot of them back there in that backfield. So here comes Washougal. Under center is quarterback Holden B., the sophomore, the dynamic sophomore, a threat in the air and on the ground. We've seen him make big plays all season long. We'll see what he can do with this great field position. There's a bad snap, and the Rapids swarm him in the backfield. So that wet ball is obviously playing a big factor here tonight. I think that's the 4th fumble or muffed snap. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Yeah, you can see the Rapids defense swarming in there. So be back in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. It's high snap, trying to hand it off, doesn't. Holds on to that ball, loses about 4 yards. Between these two teams, our net offense tonight is in the negative. Great swarming defense there from the Rapids. I don't know if that play was going anywhere, even if that ball wasn't sort of fumbled or bobbled. So we've got third and all. They're saying 3rd and 12. Although I don't think that is correct. It's about 3rd and 16. B reading the play. Off his wristband there. Alone in the backfield. Here's a snap. He's looking deep. Now he's going to keep it. Runs it up the middle. He's got some room and a block. Here he goes. Makes a move, and that's a touchdown. Washougal. Holden B makes a meal out of that play there. I don't know if that was a designed run or he just made the decision, but he made the right one, and that's a touchdown for Washougal. That's the first clean snap we might have seen all night long. Here's B. I don't know, again, if he was looking downfield and just decided to run it, but he makes a great move to get into the end zone. So Kobe Johnson here for the extra point. That's a clean snap, a clean kick. And it's good. 7-0 Washougal with just under 3.5 minutes here expired in the first quarter. So let's see if Columbia River can recover from this. I mean, they had the first possession, didn't go like they wanted. Let's see if they can rally and turn things around here on their second possession. It can't go worse than the first one. You see B over there rallying his team. And as you might notice behind them, you see some chain link fence back there. The stadium here at Kiggins Bowl is under construction thanks to a bond measure passed by voters in 2017. They're making huge improvements. This stadium, as you may know, was built in 1933. It was not intended for football. So some of the things they're doing here at the stadium are going to improve this facility for what we actually use it for now. That includes electrical upgrades, this new broadcast booth we're in tonight. Beyond the Washougal players out there, they are putting in a new set of bleachers for the visitors. But the biggest thing for the players is down on the north end. They're putting in a field house with new locker rooms. So it's going to be very exciting and a very cool place to play football here moving forward. And here's a kick. Another little squibby pooch kick. That ball finds the turf. The returner grabs it. He's returning it. Here we go. Now the flag was thrown. I don't see. Maybe it went out of bounds. Got our eyes on the official there. An odd kickoff. He couldn't quite decide whether to let it go out of bounds. It looks like it may have gone out of bounds, and they're just whistling it dead, so no return. We've got our eyes on that official there. We'll see what he has to say. You can see on your screen there just how drenchingly wet it is. All that rain in front of the official. You got a feel for the officials. I mean, the kids to a lesser extent, but they're sweaty anyway. So
It's a false start against the Panthers.
So they called a false start. So that's going to be Rapids ball. I've almost said Chieftains the second time tonight. I'm working on it. It's Rapids. Rapids ball on the 35-yard line. So Watts back in the shotgun. River getting some clarification here on the play call. There's a clean snap. He's going to roll to his right. Looking downfield, he's going to keep it. Smart move on Watts' part. Makes a move, takes a hit, and that's a Rapids first down. So a good bit of designed,
Watts on the run.
a designed rollout there for Watts.
Down,
Take advantage of one of his best attributes, which is his speed. You can see him deciding whether to pass it or throw it. He had an open man there in the flank, decided to keep it. Took a big hit, but pops right back up. So it's going to be first down and 10 on the 35-yard line, the 45-yard line for the Rapids. Watts this time rolls out to his left. He's got Flores out there, decides to keep it himself, doesn't go anywhere. Oh, squeezed through. I don't know how he got through that hole, but he did. That's a nice 7-yard gain there for Adam Watts. Again, he had his man out there in the flat, decided to keep it himself. Might have gotten a little bit more if he had tossed it out there. I believe that was Kai Butcher-Wynn out there. But a good gain here for the Rapids. It's going to be second down and about 3.
Second down and 4.
You see right there on the top of your screen, 35 there was open, but I mean, with this rain, it's not the worst decision to just hold on to that ball, keep it on the ground, especially when you're picking up positive yards like Watts did right there. So back in the shotgun again is Watts. See what the Rapids have here cooked up for second down. This time they do hand it off up the middle. Bit of a gain there from from Caden McDonald. Got lifted up there off the ground at the end. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down. You can see there the sticks in the background. And you can see our towel guy. That's, no matter what happens in the game, that towel guy right there, MVP tonight. And that's a thankless job. Hopefully somebody buys him some pizza later or something, because that's a tough job. So they're calling it 3rd and 3. On just the other side of the 50-yard line, the Washougal side of the field. Watts takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to McDonald, and that's going to be a close one. I don't think he got there, so it's going to be a bit of a decision here for Brett Smedley to decide, do we go for it on the Washougal side of the field, or are we going to punt it and see if our defense can hold? Yep, they're about a yard short. Not the most generous spot there either. You can see McDonald pushing and driving those legs well, but good team tackling there from the Panthers. So they are going for it. We've got 3 wide receivers out on the right, 1 on the left. McDonald behind Watts, and those two are having a quick conversation here. Watts fakes the handoff, runs up the middle, evades a tackle, has some space. He's got some room up the middle. That's a first down for the Rapids. Really nimble feet there from Watts, because that play was going nowhere. Washougal was in the backfield, and he made a move and made something out of it. So great job by Adam Watts there to keep this drive alive for the Rapids. Watch this. Whoop, there he goes. So 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line for the Rapids. Here's the handoff up the middle. McDonald makes a nice move. Actually, that's not McDonald. That is number 27, Aiden Miller with the carry. He made a nice little move there, reacting to the defense. Picks up about 6.
Field run by number 27, Aiden Miller.
So on your screen there, it says 2nd and 33 because the scoreboard operator here had made a mistake. There we go. Just updated to 2nd and 3. So a 7-yard gain for Miller. Made a nice decision there to bounce back inside. So a good run up there in the middle gets the Columbia River first down.
Caden McDonald.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. So a false start there on Columbia River. That's going to push them back 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 26-yard line for Columbia River.
First down and 15, River.
So 1st and 15 from the 26. Here's Watts. Takes the snap, hands it off to McDonald. He's going to bust up the middle and is met by the Washougal defense. So that Washougal line being stout up the middle. Nothing that Columbia River has run up the middle yet seems to be going anywhere. They're having success on the outside. But those the big front up the middle there, Jose Alvarez on the tackle, big 250-pounder there. Not a fun guy to run into, only a sophomore. And that is one interesting about both of these teams. One thing that is interesting is they're both pretty young teams. So this matchup tonight could be the matchup we might see in a couple of years here battling for league titles. Looks like a false start there on Columbia River. The ref's running in to confirm that.
False start on River. 5-yard penalty. Second down and 19, River.
So another long down here for Columbia River. It's 2nd and 19 from the 30-yard line. So we haven't seen a pass attempt yet from Columbia River either, which makes sense. So here's Watts. He's going to make their first pass attempt of the game. That's a nice little out there. Victor Flores with the reception. He picks up some positive yardage, gets them back towards the original line of scrimmage. It's a little narrow window for Watts to put it in, and he dropped it right in there.
3rd down and 11, River.
See Watts getting the play call here on 3rd and 11. See what Columbia River wants to do here. It might be 4-down territory. I don't know in this rain how feasible kicking is. Well, we'll find out here. See if Columbia River can put themselves in a position to go for that 4th down play. Watts, pump fakes. Look, now here's a little toss. That looks like an interception. No, dropped. Great break on the ball there from that Panther defender. Nearly had the interception, so some pretty smart play there from Talon Connolly. So it's 4th and 11 for Columbia River. See what they have cooking here. Looks like they're definitely going to go for it. I mean, that's a pretty long field goal if they were to try to kick. So 4th and 11 on the 22. Watts takes the snap. There might have been a false start there. They got it with. He chucks it deep. He's got a man in the seam. That's a completion and a River first down. Great toss there by Adam Watts. He did not have a big window to put it in, and he put it in the right spot. Adam Herrera makes the catch. That ball was a smidge behind him, and he still came down with it. Watch with the pump fake. Here's the throw. He comes back for it. Great hands there by Herrera to keep this Rapids drive alive. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for Columbia River. A very clutch play they needed when things were not looking great for them in the air. They let Watts loose here, and he completes the pass. So the 6-yard line, 1st down for River. Nowhere to go there for Aiden Flores in the backfield. Some good swarming defense there. Pretty sure that was Flores on that carry.
Number 17, Aiden Flores.
Yeah, Flores.
2nd down and goal.
So 2nd and goal for River. Broke even on that play from the 6-yard line again. There's Flores coming off the field. Yeah, just a broken play from the start there for River. We're under a minute now here in the first quarter. All these carries result in a fast-moving clock. I'm a little surprised to look up and see the first quarter nearly over. Some motion there from the left. Here's Watts, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. There's some room there. McDonald pushing. Did he get there? No. Officials indicating he's just short. That ball's going to be spotted just with its nose right on the goal line there. Great bit of running there from McDonald. Kept his legs driving. We've seen that a couple of times from him tonight. You can see the replay here. Hit there, but keeps it going. Oh, man, that is a difficult. He was fully in the end zone, it looked like that. They must be saying his knee was down before he broke the plane. That's a difficult call for Columbia River because it looks like he fell over the goal line, dragging those defenders. But I'm not the ref, and they don't have replay, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 for Columbia River as the second quarter begins. We're now at the end of the first quarter, and it's 7-0 Washougal. A rapid first quarter. And a fun one in the rain here. You know, Kiggins is like the opposite of Autzen Stadium in Eugene. They say at Autzen it never rains. Well, at Kiggins it always rains. I don't know how that works out, but you can see those cheerleaders down there doing their bit to stay dry. Folks, if you are on Twitter, we are too. VPS Game Time is our handle. You can get the latest schedule information and more. We also share good sports news from around our area with our account, so follow us. We might follow you back. And you know, tonight, as I mentioned, I am by myself here in the booth. If you have interesting tweets, I'll read them at my discretion. At VPS Game Time. I actually run that account, so you know, I'm logged in right here.
And the second quarter will start.
So an 18-minute first quarter. That's about as short as you're ever going to see. No sooner do I announce our VPS Game Time Twitter account than someone named Sprez just followed us. Thank you, Sprez. I don't think that's Sprez's real name. All right, it's third down, 3rd and 1. Excuse me, 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line. Watts takes a snap. He's running up the middle. He's going to lose yardage on this play. Great bit of defensive line work there from Washougal. Watts had nowhere to go. We're obviously going to see one more play here on 4th down to see them go for it. They're going to give him forward progress to the 2, I want to say. More or less where he started at. And we'll see what Columbia River comes up with here. They've had a lot of success on the outside. That ball is right in the middle of the field, so they can go either direction and find some success. Let's see what they have cooking here. So they're tight, no wide receivers to the outside. They're obviously, well, not obviously. They may keep it on the ground here. Watts wants to have a quick word with McDonald. Watts takes a snap that's high. He fakes it. He drops that football. Washougal's all over him. He's trying to throw it with his left hand, and it doesn't get there. Heartbreak for the Rapids. McDonald had some space on the right if he's able to keep that ball and roll to the outside. Instead, it's a turnover. Washougal ball deep in their own territory. Watts mad at himself, but he's got an opportunity to make up for it. Watts is a two-way player, quarterback and a defensive back, so he's got a chance to work his way through it. You can see him running over to have a quick chat with the coach. All right, so 1st and 10 for Washougal from their own 2-yard line. Oh, Columbia River jumps. We'll see if they call that on the Rapids or the Panthers. Looks like it's going to be an offsides, which is really unfortunate for them because, you know, there's a big difference between 1st and 10 from the 2 and 1st and 5 from the 7.
5-yard penalty, 1st down and 5 for the Panthers.
Great camera shots there from Cam 4 down on the sideline there. All right, so here's B, hands it off up the middle. A little bit. He breaks some tackles. Wow, tough running there. That's Ranton Reynolds on the carry. Hitting the backfield, kept charging, and plowed his way forward to pick up that Panther 1st down. All the way up to the 14-yard line. So Washougal starting to get out of the shadow of its own goalposts there. Yep, breaks that tackle. And it takes 2 Rapids to pull him down. So B back there. He's got 2 out to the right. That's an interesting little option play. It doesn't get too much, about 2 yards, but I don't know if I've ever seen one quite like that before. Maybe we'll see it on the replay. B had a trailing running back he could option to, but instead they pitch it inside to a wide receiver coming around the edge. Kind of an interesting play there. Now they're going no huddle. So you'll see right here, he comes around and he pitches it inside there instead of outside. It's a neat little wrinkle. I've never seen that on an option. So Washougal running a no huddle offense. They're not moving too fast. I mean, they're still taking their time to set the play, but they're not huddling, coming right up to the line. So into the ball game in the backfield, Will Cooper for the Panthers. So B looking to throw it downfield. That ball is dropped. That's a good throw. Hit him right in the chest. Matt Brown not able to hold on to that one. Maybe a case of trying to run before you make the catch. In any case, it's going to be 3rd down and 7 now for Washougal, trying to keep this drive alive. That ball is dropped. Columbia River picks it up. They're in business here at the 3-yard line. So the defensive play they needed comes through on 3rd down. Holden B unable to hold on to that football. Columbia River jumps all over it, and they're back where they were just a few plays ago, right on the shadow, or right on the goal line there for Washougal. Yeah, you can see B kind of looks to his left before that ball's in his hands. It squeaks through his fingertips. And now Adam Watts has another shot to try to give the Rapids a tie game here. So 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. So River has 1 wide on the left, 2 wide on the right. Trying to spread out the Panthers here. He takes it, he hands it off the middle. That ball kind of back to where we started. Maybe a gain of 1 there for Eden Miller on the carry. Listed as a 5'7", 150-pound running back. So not big for a running back. You can't escape the Washougal line there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 3. They picked up about a yard on that. So a bevy of backs here we've seen tonight for Columbia River. Different ball handlers, ball carriers rather. McDonald back in the game. Watts rolls out to his right. He's got space. Is he going to make it? He is. Touchdown, Columbia River. Adam Watts with the quarterback keeper, and this game is 7-6. Great bit of decision making there from Adam Watts. He rolls around to his right, pauses just for a sec, decides where to attack, and then hits that hole. Goes untouched into the end zone, and then the little celebration there with his teammates. So some redemption for Adam Watts after a mistake on the previous 4th down. He gets his team into the end zone, and now we're on for the extra point. This is Gage Newman. Here's the snap. Kick is up. And it is good. We are tied at 7. Columbia River makes a defensive play and then some smart offensive play calling. Decision making gets them into the end zone. We have a tie game. So this is what we're hoping for, folks. We've got 2 teams on the cusp of the playoffs, playing tough, playing smart, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. There's that Columbia River band. I'm not that close to them, and they are still incredibly loud. And I think that's the sign of any high school band, any good high school band. We've got a camera operator. I think it's Isaiah tonight, who goes to Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. He is just feet in front of that band at full volume. We put him with earplugs in his ears, plus a headset with 2 ears. Hopefully he's hearing our director tonight. Gonna have some ringing ears tomorrow, I think. And we'll be back here tomorrow night. So if you're enjoying our high school football presentation, we've got more coming for you tomorrow, and it's another big 2A matchup, Hawkinson versus Hudson's Bay. Bay is winless this year, which is surprising if you've actually watched them play, because they're a well-coached team. They have some talented players. They've just come up short over and over again. They're going to try to play spoiler tomorrow against Hawkinson, who's having a great season. Maybe not the season we're used to seeing out of Hawkinson, but they're still 4-1 in league, so make sure you tune in tomorrow at 7. Meanwhile, here's the kick. That's a little short kick from Columbia River. This ball's going to find its way out of bounds. That's a flag. And it'll be Washougal ball on the 35-yard line. I feel like in high school football, we've been seeing a lot more of this in recent years. They're not even attempting to kick it deep. Perhaps it's managing big returns. Better to give your opponent good field position on the 35 than risk giving up the long return, which you see, fairly often in high school football. So Washougal will have an opportunity to make up for its turnover, see what they have cooked up. I'm sure Holden B not pleased at the way the last possession went. See what he's capable of doing here. 3 out to the left. Here's the snap. He's going to swing it out to the slot. He's got a block, and he's got the outside edge, and he's going to get across that first down marker out to about the 46-yard line perhaps. Chains are moving. Washougal is in business here. A nice quick out there to Thomas Brown. And it's 1st and 10. B gets it just over the tips of that rusher. Brown finds the edge, makes a little move. And it looks like we might have the officials are asking for something here. I'm not sure what it is. All right, here we go. So 3 out to the right for B. He takes the snap. He's looking out to the left. That ball is complete. Good hit there from number 23, Victor Flores. Keeps that ball to about a 4-yard gain. I actually call that 6 yards. So we see trips out to the right again for Washougal, 1 out to the left. High snap for B. This time he throws it out to the right. That ball is fumbled and no, complete. And that is a 1st down for Washougal. Sam Evers there barely held on to that, but he did hold on to it, and that's a 1st down. You can see the replay here. He just holds on to it there. Good bit of concentration there to grab that ball after it bounced off his chest. So we've got 3 receivers out to the left now, 1 to the right. B checking in. Here's the snap. He's looking for some pressure from the Rapids. He's looking to make a play now on his feet. Rolls out to his right and gets out of bounds. Good little pickup there from B. As I mentioned, he is a true dual threat quarterback. He's got a pretty good arm, and he definitely has some good legs. He makes smart decisions. He's somebody that we're going to be able to watch here, too, for another couple of years. He's only a sophomore. Play blows up. He's still got his eyes downfield. Just picks up yards. That's what you got to do, especially on a busted play. So 2nd and 4 now for Washougal. He hands it off up the middle. There's a little bit of room. That's going to be another 1st down. This time it's Ranton Reynolds on the carry. So that ball on the 31-yard line of Columbia River. The chains are moving. Washougal is set up, and again, a trips left configuration. We've been seeing that most of the night here, trips left or trips right, depending what the big side of the field is. Here's the snap. He's looking out to his left again. We saw this play a moment ago, and it works again this time. There's a cut up field, and that's going to be another Washougal 1st down. The exact same play we saw 1 moment ago. But if it ain't broke, looks like the officials are going to get together and talk. I don't see a flag on the field. I don't know if they're discussing the spot or what. But they're going over something here. The chains haven't moved yet either. I see the official walking forward. He's going to call something here. There's a personal foul against the Rapids. So that is going to move the chains up near the Columbia River goal line. I think it's going to put it on around the 10. I didn't see the personal foul as it happened. So it's 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line. They say it's the 12, but it looks like that ball is on the 10. There's the handoff up the middle to Reynolds. He doesn't have anywhere to go. Good job by Columbia River to close the hole on that line.
Defensive stop by number 53, Nicholas Hutchinson.
You can see on your screen there, if you see kind of a haze around the players, if I'm not mistaken, that is steam. Those kids are sweating. So don't adjust your televisions or smartphones or wherever you're watching us tonight. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, Comcast. Here's B back to throw. Got nowhere to go. He cuts it up the middle. Still picks up a couple of yards, but some good defense there from Columbia River to force him down to the ground around the 5-yard line. So that's going to bring up a difficult 3rd down, and I think 3.
Stop by number 50, Keegan Davenport. Third down and goal, Panther.
Yeah, you can see over the ball there, just a big cloud of steam over the center. All right, so third and 7, they're saying now. The scoreboard operator is staying on top of it here better than I am. 3rd and 7. Back to pass here. Nowhere to go. This time he flips it out. Yeah, that play was going nowhere. Some good smothering defense there by Columbia River. Their line got some penetration. All of B's receivers were to the outside. He tried to flip it to his receiver coming back to the ball, but that's a tough play. So it's going to be 4th and 7 here for Washougal. They are making some personnel changes. I don't know if that means a field goal or they're going for it. We'll find out here in a moment. It looks like it might be a field goal attempt. No. Yes. Field goal attempt. I should have known because this is the first time I've seen them in a non-trips formation in a while. So we're going to have a field goal attempt here. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is blocked. Columbia River can pick this up. There he goes. Catches some block around the outside. This is a foot race. There's one Panther back. And he does just enough to slow down their returner to allow his teammates to catch up. Aiden Flores with a big return. Columbia River holds firm, and now they're in an opportunity to score. Wow, great defense there by the Rapids. There was you can see the block there. Looks like number 53, Nicholas Hutchinson, got his fingers on the ball, and here comes Flores. There was one Panther down there, and I don't know who it was, but he slowed down Flores just enough to allow those teammates to catch up because Flores is not an easy guy to track down from behind. Flores now coming off the field, holding his left shoulder. Hopefully he's okay. Doesn't look like it's too serious. So Columbia River now on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. 6 minutes left here in the half. See if they can take the lead. Watts joined in the backfield there by Aiden Miller. Motion across. Miller gets the handoff. He goes off the left tackle. He's got a little bit of a block. He picks up about 3 yards there. So a good first play here for Columbia River. Trying to move those chains just like Washougal was, one play at a time. We haven't seen any home runs yet, but
2nd down and 6, River.
3 plays that get you 10 yards is the same as 1 play in the end. So 2nd and 6 here for Columbia River. Watts hands it off to Miller again, this time up the middle. That Washougal defense remains stout up the middle. Linebackers there stepped up. Or in this case, Will Cooper, the linebacker.
No gain on the play, 3rd down. River.
Another sophomore for Washougal. So let's see what happens here. 3rd and 6 for the Rapids. Another fast-moving quarter. We haven't seen timeouts. We haven't seen dropped passes, so we've seen a running clock, essentially. All right, so Watts got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Quick toss out. That play does not pick up the 1st down. A little quick out there to Satchel Basket, the junior.
The completed pass to number 8. Satchel Basket.
So it looks like we're about 4th
down
and 1 or 2. See what the Rapids come out with here. Watts is out there, so we're not going to see a kick. You know, Columbia River's had the most success tonight when they've been rolling Watts out. We'll see if we see that again. So they're all tight to the line here. 2 receivers to the right, but they're tight. And then again, Watts is rolling. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Washougal closing the ground. Watts makes a great move out to the left. He's going to find the pylon. Touchdown, Columbia River. Adam Watts shows the wheels, shows the decision-making, shows us 6 points. Columbia River up now 13-7. Watch this. Washougal sniffs it out. Watts makes a great little cut, cuts back inside, and then it's all daylight. No one touches him till he gets to the chain link fence. Another heady play there by Adam Watts, turning a busted play into 6 points. You can see him talking to his coaches. We're going to see an extra point here, attempt from Gage Newman. Behind the goalposts here down on the north end, there's all that construction equipment and a construction site. They put a net up over the top, but I've seen a couple of balls fly over the net so far this year into the construction. I feel like as a kicker, that's your goal. Put it by the digger, the backhoe. Here's the snap, a little high. Newman puts that ball up, finds the back of the net. And we have a 14-7 game. Columbia River takes advantage of the big kick block, and they're up. Just under 4 minutes left to go here for Washougal to try to come down and answer. This Columbia River defense has looked tough tonight. Let's see if they can get another stop heading into halftime. Folks, stick around for halftime, if you will. If you like the sound of my voice, you're in luck. If you don't like the sound of my voice, I apologize in advance. We have some news from Vancouver Public Schools coming up at halftime. I am the host of the halftime report here, so you'll see me. You can see that construction out there, as I was just talking about. It's going to be so exciting when that is done, because there's going to be new locker rooms for the teams, and if you've ever been to Kiggins Bowl and seen the locker rooms that are here now, they are not up to snuff for what we're seeing across most high school sports now. Again, this building was built in 1933, so there are little dank spaces where students usually don't even dress. They just come and get ready for the game and come out. The new field house is going to be a state-of-the-art facility for these students. Looks like there was a penalty of some sort on the extra point, so now Columbia River will be kicking off from the Washougal 45-yard line. We'll see what happens here. And they do kick it deep. We might see a return. Nope, he's going to let that go out of the end zone. Right by camera 4 there, run by Sam. And it's going to be Washougal ball on the 20-yard line with just under 4 minutes left to go here in the football game. So the field house should be finished, they say, this winter. So by the time football season rolls around next fall, it'll be all complete. All of the work here will be complete, includes a new roof. And one of the biggest things here at Kiggins Bowl they're working on is the seismic upgrades. So if we do experience an earthquake, the stadium's not going to come down, hopefully. But they put in some reinforcements there to improve safety. So I don't know, a lot of exciting things happening here at Kiggins Bowl thanks to our local taxpayers. So Holden B back now, takes the snap. He gets flushed out. Here comes that Columbia River line. Nowhere to go for B. That play is whistled dead. Great push there from the big boys up front. That was Nicholas Hutchinson and Diego Carrion on the sack.
Sacked in the backfield by number 57.
So about a loss of 5 there for Washougal. A good bit of a team tackling there. Yep, you see both those guys on the tackle. So we've got 3 receivers on the left side, the short side of the field for Washougal, 1 down on the bottom on the right, and B back to pass. He tosses it up the middle. That ball is complete. Great job from that receiver there. I think that was Matt Brown on the reception. Came back to the ball.
Second down and third down and 6. Panthers.
So I just got a visit from Dave Bennett, our school district's athletic director, runs the whole show. There's some leakage here at Kiggins tonight because the roof isn't quite done and it's raining torrentially. Oh, great bit of decision-making there from B. He's got some space out to the left side. He takes a hit, and he's on the other side of the 50-yard line. Holden B showing the wheels. No receiver, no problem. Holden B rambles all the way down to the 45-yard line or so of Columbia River. And who wants to get in the way of him? 6'2", just a big, fast kid. He makes a smart play. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Columbia River 49-yard line. B back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. He's rolling to his left. Not nearly as much space. Great job there. That was number 53, Nicholas Hutchinson, and we've heard his name called a couple of times tonight. He stayed on the outside. He forced B to come back to the inside, didn't give up the corner, and that stopped B in his tracks because there was nobody outside of Hutchinson there. You can see on the replay here. Flushed out, and here comes Hutchinson. Keeps him on the inside. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. B back to pass. He's going to throw up deep. He's hit as he throws. That ball's up for grabs, and it falls to the ground harmlessly, but I think they're going to call pass interference there on Columbia River. I think that the Washougal receiver had positioned the defensive back, and I didn't see a number, climbed through him to try to come back to that ball because I think the defensive back saw the ball in the air before the receiver did. So the officials are talking it over. See what they have to say. Yep, defensive pass interference. Big break there for Washougal. Keeps this drive going at 1:40 left here in the second quarter.
First down, Panthers.
I think it was Jacoby Fobbs on the penalty. Difficult position for Fobbs to be in because he can see that ball is floating up there for grabs. Tries to come back to the ball, but goes through the receiver who's not quite ready to catch it. All right, so B back in the shotgun. That ball's on the turf. Picks it up. He throws it deep again. And that is an incomplete pass. The receiver and the defensive back fighting for it. I could hear some Washougal fans near us pretty upset that that one wasn't called interference. But, again, that ball is just kind of thrown up there for grabs. Nobody has position. Just let them play. So we're going to see 2nd down and 10 with 1:34 here left to go. The ball on the 35-yard line of Columbia River. Two receivers to the right. Washougal back to pass again. Here's B. That ball skips the turf. I don't know if that was miscommunication there between B and Sam Evers, who was out to that side, or if it was just a bad toss. But in any case, it's 3rd down now for Washougal. So back in the shotgun now, B. 3 receivers to the right. He's looking to his right. That ball's floated out there, complete. And they're going to come up short of the 1st down. Thomas Brown on the reception. Couldn't quite find the edge. Oh, it looks like we have somebody down on the Washougal side. It might be B. Yes, ooh, late hit there from Columbia River right in B's back. You could see it on the replay. Hopefully he's okay. He does not look like he's too happy holding his lower back. I'm not going to say it was a late hit, but it was a hit as the throw was released when he was prone. So I'm not sure if they've – I don't see a flag on the field, but it absolutely could be. I see the officials discussing the play there. I might be just missing the flag. Yep, they are calling the personal foul on Columbia River. So the late hit called. Holden B still on the field, getting tended to. The official now coming over to the Columbia River sideline. I'm not sure what he's asking for. Perhaps a trainer, I'm not sure. Now B sitting up. Yep, standing up. Good to see that, walking off under his own power. He is holding his back, as you can see. And hopefully he's doing okay. I couldn't see if it was the crown of the helmet that hit him in the back in the back, or if it was a shoulder pad. He did go down awkwardly. So I'm hoping we'll see him in the second half here. So 1:20 left in the second quarter. We're going to have a new quarterback for Washougal, obviously. They're going to have the football at the 15-yard line. We'll see who's trotting out here to take the snaps. It looks like Jake, my eyesight is not good. Jake Rushlow. He's a senior quarterback.
Yeah, we got a new
So 2 receivers out to the left. I'd be surprised if we saw a toss out of Rushlow. It's tough to come into the game here cold, literally and figuratively, on a wet night. But we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10, a minute 20 left. He's running out to his left. Rushlow's got some wheels. He turns the corner, takes a hit. He's going to go in for 6. Well, you can't do better than that on your first play of the game. I'll tell you what. Rushlow, Jake Rushlow takes the snap. It's an option play. He's got some crazy wheels. Picks up a blocker there on the edge, another from the receiver. Takes a hit, breaks the tackle, and scores. So prime efficiency out of Rushlow there. And we have ourselves a 14-13 game. Washougal looking to tie it here on the extra point. Here's the snap. No, that ball was, yeah, the holder did not have a clean handle on that ball. You can see him holding his hands too. I don't know if he has cold hands and didn't catch it or exactly what happened there, but Kobe Johnson not able to make that play work. So Columbia River holds on to the lead, 14-13. They've got a minute 14 left here in the half to try to go down the field and pick up some more points. So we'll see what happens. And hey, fans, if you're watching this game, I guarantee you're a fan of high school sports. There's a show you got to watch. It's called Clark County Scoreboard. It's a joint production between Vancouver Public Schools, Evergreen Public Schools, with an assist from Battleground Public Schools and the Columbia newspaper. You can see highlights and interviews from boys and girls sports every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Comcast Channel 328, along with the Vancouver Public Schools YouTube page. We are producing this, like I said, as a big joint effort. It's pretty cool. We've got highlights in addition to the Columbian. Scorebook Live is sharing their highlights with us, and we're getting some off NFHS. So we're putting together all these different scores and highlights from different boys and girls sports. You know, you're not going to be able to get to all the games. You're probably not going to see all the highlights on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you get your scores. We're putting them all together for you, and it's been pretty fun to watch so far. So we've got, I think, probably 2 more episodes of the fall season left, as we have about 2 more weeks worth of football action and volleyball action. So make sure you tune in. All right, so here's the kick. It's a little bouncer. River fields it cleanly. He's got some room to go. That's Hutchinson. What a return. This guy's a lineman. He fumbles it out of bounds. Holy cow. What a great play there. Nicholas Hutchinson is having a half. My goodness.
A run by number 53.
He blocked the field goal attempt earlier. We've seen him with a snap or two, and now he returns this kick all the way down to the Washougal 17-yard line. Now, we do have a Rapids player on the field, so we're taking a break, but wow, look at that. Of course, the fumble at the end, it's a lineman's dream. I'll tell you what. The only thing better is like maybe catching a pass. Maybe that's better than that. But so you can see there the players all on the taking a knee there as we wait to see what happened to this Rapids player. But he is getting up and is walking off the field under his own power. So maybe just staying down out of precaution. That's Preston Shearer, a freshman out on the field on special teams. Got to be very exciting for him to be a freshman finding some varsity action on special teams. But he is walking off the field under his own power. So Columbia River in position here to put some more points on the board. They've got it at the 22-yard line. Excuse me, the 17-yard line. See what they can do. The officials talking. We might have some sort of call there. I saw one of the officials discussing things with the Washougal sideline. Now Washougal's players are running off the field. The umpire coming over to talk to the Columbia River sideline now to see what is going on. I'm going to see a call here in just a moment from the gentleman in the white hat. Looks like we've got holding against the Rapids. Wow. What a late call. I don't see a flag on the field, but that's been the case all night long. What a difficult call there, taking them out of scoring position here. I don't know how that call came in so late, because we were, and, you know, the teams were lining up there on the 17-yard line, but now that's going to push Columbia River all the way back. It looks like to their own 17-yard line. What a swing. Oh, they're going to re-kick it. I was basing that comment on where I saw the chains, but the chain gang's just sort of hanging out on the far side of the field. They didn't move. So here comes a kick from the 50-yard line for Washougal. Man, you know who pays the price here is Nicholas Hutchinson. The kick return of his life is erased in a moment. All right, here's the kick from Washougal. And that ball's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So under a minute left here. Columbia River will have the football at the 20-yard line. Still plenty of time to make some progress down the field and try to pick up 7 more points. I'm not sure if they're a field goal kicking team or not, but so they might have to go all the way down the field, 80 yards. We'll find out here. See what Adam Watts has cooked up for us.
Yeah, he's quite a ways away.
He's got 2 receivers out to the right and 1 to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. That's McDonald again. Not a lot of space there. They might be just content to take this 1-point lead into halftime. That clock is running. We're not seeing a timeout called. We might only see 1 or 2 more plays here. See McDonald getting the handoff there. I mean, that Washougal front has been stout all night long. So this may be the last play of the half. Again, make sure you stay tuned at the half to see some cool news from Vancouver Public Schools, including new school buildings that were open. I've been talking all the first half about Kiggins Bowl and all the work going on here, but we also have lots of new schools opening, so you'll get to see a couple of those, including a pretty touching story about the Jim Tangeman Center, the building named after the school's former principal, formerly Fir Grove High School, school for students who have behavioral issues. The school now named Jim Tangeman Center after the former principal, and his family got to come out for the dedication. It was a pretty cool place to be, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And we've got some highlights here, too, from the first half. We're going to have one more play as we have these highlights going. But you can see there's that big fumble recovery for Columbia River, followed by the Adam Watts touchdown right here. There's the blocked field goal and the big return from Flores.
But the clock says 0, but they had a delay of game penalty.
You see him go all the way down the field, and I was talking about it earlier. That one Washougal Panther came back to slow up that play. Here's Watts on that really smart cut on the touchdown. And then here is the most recent Washougal touchdown to draw at 14-13. They did run one play here. They just downed the ball, as you can see. That will bring us to halftime. And Columbia River up 14-13 at the half. An exciting first half of football here from 2 young up-and-coming football teams at the 2A level trying to make the playoffs. You see the cheerleaders there doing their part to get their team to victory. We are going to take a break. We'll be back at the end of the halftime with more football. Enjoy this news from across Vancouver Public Schools.
Also, rapid apparel available at the top of the grandstand.
Hi everybody, time for a Revitalizing Vancouver update, the latest on construction projects paid for with your bond dollars. I'm Nick Voll. It was an exciting night at Marshall Elementary School as they finally cut the ribbon on the new building. Principal Bobby Ginty and 5th grader Brooklyn got to wield the big scissors at a special event in the evening at Marshall. Although the school has been open to students since the spring, the official opening has been delayed. Finally, families got a chance to walk the halls and hear from Superintendent Dr. Jeff Snell, whose mother-in-law was actually a teacher at Marshall and was in attendance. School Board President Kyle Sproul also spoke, but nobody was more excited than Brooklyn.
I'm super proud because out of all these people, amazing students in my class, I can't believe that I was the selected one and that we get to open this up and be a part of this.
After the ceremony, attendees took self-guided tours around the building, seeing the big windows, clever architectural features, and modern amenities which make Marshall an exciting place to teach and learn. And all of this is possible thanks to the bond measure passed by voters in 2017.
Thank you so much for supporting our schools. I've been fortunate enough to be in the school district 31 years, and we have always had the support of our community, and it means so much for our students and our families.
The new Marshall is conjoined with McLaughlin Middle School, sharing kitchen space and a family community resource center. The old Marshall is currently being renovated to house the Leaser School program. And you can see more construction projects happening around our area on the VPS website. Just head to vansd.org/reschools. And while you're online, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, I'm Nick Bowl. Check out what's happening in Vancouver Public Schools right now. Vancouver Public Schools is offering free optional COVID-19 testing for students. The tests are available at the Jim Parsley Center near the Boys and Girls Club, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment is needed. Also, non-vaccinated student athletes are required to be tested twice a week. Students must have parental consent to be vaccinated. Rental assistance is available to families starting October 18th. New funds from the government can help families facing eviction or who need help paying rent or back rent. You can apply directly through the Council for the Homeless, or if you need help, head to your school's Family Community Resource Center. Next, an invitation to you to provide input on the district's proposed equity policy. The policy will provide a roadmap for day-to-day operations to ensure equity among students, families, and staff. There are 2 days of webinars you can attend on October 18th and 21st, which include information and an opportunity for you to comment or ask questions. Check the district website for links and times. Finally, families of 4th through 12th graders are invited to a meeting on Monday, November 5th at 5 p.m. The topic, Comprehensive Sexual Health Curriculum. See what will be presented to students as part of their health lessons. You can find more information on the district website. This week, you can also learn about applications for the Highly Capable program, financial aid for college-bound seniors, and more. The electronic VPS Now newsletter has more details and is emailed directly to parents. It's also on the VPS app. You can also follow the district on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. See you next time. Hi everybody, time for a quick look inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Bowl. The cross-country team at Fort Vancouver High School has been on the upswing for the past few years. They have high hopes for this year, including potentially going to state, and they're doing it with a little help from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. At the first race of the year, the Fort Vancouver girls cross-country team is feeling optimistic.
I mean, we don't want to say we're guaranteeing state, but it's pretty much set.
We feel like we're potentially the best team the school's ever had.
Hubris? Maybe. But that confidence comes on the heels of a season where Fort qualified for state, even though COVID canceled the state competition. All 7 of its top runners from last season returned. Fort also has some new faces this year, a group of students from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. How did it come to be that you had this many VSAA students on your team?
So 2 years ago, one of the kids we've known, Danny Bottrell, was in middle school. She was running for McLaughlin. Her mom called me and said, hey, she's got bad news. Danny just got into VSAA. She's not going to be able to run with you guys anymore. She's not going to go to Fort for the language program that she was in. And I said, well, it's not actually that bad of news. VSAA students are allowed to pick the school as long as they're going into their 9th grade year, pick the school that they're going to play sports at.
After Danny came another VSAA student, then another, and another.
It is a little unusual to do sports. There are certainly kids that do sports, but it's not the majority of the kids.
VSAA gets out later than most schools, so those students get a separate practice. But students from both schools run together whenever they can.
Yeah, we just all get along really well. We're a really close team, and just practicing through the summer really helped us to, like, almost every day. Just really helped us to bond as a team and get to know each other really well.
Do you feel like you have different perspectives because you go to different kinds of schools? You know, they're the art school, you're the regular school, or do you find once you're out here it all just sort of goes away and you're kind of the same?
It's definitely, we all have the same mindset, we have the same goals, and we're just ready to get after it all together.
Yeah, we're all the same. It's pretty cool.
The coaching staff and athletes are recruiting not only VSAA students, but middle school students to come and run at Fort.
I've been doing cross country since I was in the 6th grade, and Fraser kind of got me when I was really young and stupid, so I, kind of got in pretty easy.
The appeal is not really winning.
One of our covenants is to have the most fun, and so when kids come out and they have a good time, they tell their friends about it, and it just leads to wanting to be a part of it.
The team's culture of togetherness comes second nature to the artists from VSAA.
I really like being part of a team, and we all work together in orchestra to make a nice, beautiful sound. And so I think it's kind of similar to what we do in cross country as a team, to all work together to reach our goals.
Yes, it's all about upholding the legacy and honoring what came before us.
I am extremely proud and very vocal about who I run for, and I wore this to school today. I was so proud.
At Fort, students are learning the age-old lesson. If you want to run fast, run alone. If you want to run far, run together.
Just a family. That's what we are. It's the only way I can really describe it, is you got to be a part of it to understand.
Of course, it would be great if they go to state, but if not, as Coach Fraser says, it's really about who has the most fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Nick Bowl. Hi everybody, time for a quick look inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Bowl. The Skyview High School boys golf team has its eyes on state this year. Win or lose, it may have already broken a state record for the biggest team ever. It's one of the reasons they're so good, but it's also a major challenge. Roll Storm! We caught up with the team on a drizzly afternoon at Pinecrest Golf Course. Coach Pat Ramberg knew coming into the year he'd have a big team, but not this big.
I bought enough shirts for the coaches and 40 kids, but we ran short. So I have a few that didn't get a shirt, but they're on the way.
A whopping 47 golfers turned out, and since it's a no-cut sport, they're all out on the course.
We start a line at the first hole, and if it gets a little backed up, then we'll just spread them out on the other parts of the course. So.
This is the most I've seen in any team, more than I've seen in a tournament a couple times.
Problem number one. How do you find enough holes for this many kids?
We might be the only school that has 2 courses, Tri-Mountain and Pinecrest.
The Pinecrest course is walkable from school, gives the team a good rate, and provides opportunities.
This program would not be like it is now without Pinecrest. They have the opportunity, all these young kids, to put a score down every day. Every time they play. They play 3 days a week. And that really taps into them wanting to get better and be out here with their friends.
2 assistant coaches are in charge at Pinecrest.
The Pinecrest kids are the newer kids, a lot of freshmen and new to golf.
You hear a lot of fours happening. It makes life a little more interesting.
Well, I'm not on varsity, but I'd love to play varsity, but it's definitely hard to play varsity.
Coach Ramberg oversees the varsity squad at Tri-Mountain. That leads us to problem number 2. With only 10 slots available, that leaves 37 kids trying to get on varsity.
There's a lot of competition. There's a couple, I'm guessing there's a handful of guys just competing for that one spot on varsity. Mad respect to them.
With a deep roster, Skyview has big hopes for this season.
I think we can win districts. I'm very confident in my team. My top 3, very confident in them. I like those dudes. And 3 of us, I think they're guaranteed to make state. So hopefully we can serve Skyview proud.
State or not, the big turnout is a win for the Skyview program.
I'm hoping it's a testament to our program. Kids are having fun.
There's no real way to determine whether the 47-man roster is the biggest in state history, but most of the athletics folks we talk to say they've never heard of a team this large.
we'll keep our eyes on the Storm as they head towards districts. And you can keep an eye on us on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, I'm Nick Bowl. Hi everybody, time for a Revitalizing Vancouver update, the latest in school construction projects across Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Bowl. It's always exciting when you see a school start to go up. The ground is broken, the building rises, but nothing beats when a school actually opens for business. And after tonight's dedication ceremony here at the Jim Tangeman Center, students will be using this brand new building.
3, 2, 1.
When the ribbon is cut, it's official, and families are able to tour the new school building. Behind a single moment of celebration, however, is years of work. The Jim Tangeman Center replaces Fir Grove School. It's a program to help kids who need additional support for social, emotional, and behavioral issues. When, thanks to a bond measure passed by voters, the Fir Grove building could be replaced, staff wanted a clean start and needed a new name. Tina Henry knew exactly which name to submit.
I thought, who better to represent them than the Jim Tangeman Center.
Jim Tangeman was a longtime principal at Fir Grove.
Dr. Tangeman is a man who's very chill, just very comfortable, never got stressed, always cool with kids and families, and looked at a potential situation from his perspective. What would I do for my son or my daughter?
Of course, we knew him as Dad.
Dr. Tangeman's children got a private tour of the new building before the ceremony and learned more about their father's legacy.
His entire career was around kids and special ed, kids that were at risk or who had special needs, and so he gave his life to that.
Tappanee Construction built the school, and on the Tappanee team, one Greg Tangeman, who had been working on the building from the start.
Back then it was just called Fir Grove, and then later on, as it was getting closer to completion, then you know, the school district got a hold of me by email. Well, actually, they called one of our people at work and said, we hear there's a Greg Tangeman that works for your company. Is he related to Jim? And the guy says, well, I think so, but here's his email.
A big project for Tappanee and some big feelings for the Tangeman family.
That pretty incredible.
Very proud. Yeah.
What do you think your dad would think about this?
Very proud.
Yeah, very, very special, very meaningful for us. Yeah, we're really pleased that he's been honored in this way.
And most importantly, students have a new school built especially for their needs.
It's great to see the positive impact and the smiles that students have every day coming in the building to come into a new revitalized space.
And of course, you can get more construction project information on the school district's website. That's vansd.org/reschools. Until next time, I'm Nick Bowl.
All right, we are back for the second half between the Columbia River Rapids and the Washougal Panthers. My name is Nick Voll. I am bringing you the game tonight along with our VPS Game Time crew. You can see the Panthers coming out of the tunnel there, or out of the locker room. It is 14-13, Columbia River at the half. An exciting first half. A lot of slippery ball dropping in the first couple of minutes, but after that, the team's really tightened up. We saw a couple of turnovers. We saw a blocked field goal. Saw some good quarterback play from both Holden B and Adam Watts, and I hope we get a little bit more of that here in the second half. Team's now stretching out. The clock is at 0, but a lot of times what we see, yep, they just added 3 minutes back, so we'll stick with me here for 3 minutes, and then we'll have the football game going. You know, while we're here, we've got some good school district information to tell you. We're going to do what we call announcement number 3. So there is some good news. If you or someone you know is looking for a job, Vancouver Public Schools is hiring in several areas around the district. We need teachers, we need
paraeducators, we need nurses, bus drivers, coaches, secretaries, and more. I forgot to change the graphic earlier today, so the wrong one's on the screen, but that's 100% my fault. Either way, go to the school district website you see on the screen, vansd.org. There's a ton of job listings on there. You can apply to be, like I say, a teacher, a bus driver. There's virtually any position that exists in the school we're hiring right now. There's good pay at the school district. There's competitive benefits. So, make a difference in the lives of kids. Go get a job at a school. It's a good place to work. We see the team stretching out there still a minute 40 left to go here. Sometimes when you're doing a game by yourself, it's challenging. And, remember to follow us on Twitter. We are on Twitter at VPS Game Time. I saw a couple of cool things, a couple of tweets earlier. But so let's see the first half highlights again. Our crack staff back in the control room getting this on for us. So there's that fumble by Holden B, recovered by the Chieftains. A couple plays later, Adam Watts shows the wheels, rolls around into the end zone. That tied up the game. Here's the blocked kick. Wow, Nick Hutchinson having a great first half, recovered by, I believe that's Aiden Flores. He goes all the way back to about the 25-yard line or so before he's finally dragged down from behind the 20-yard line. And then Adam Watts with the smart play here, cuts in between the Washougal defenders, takes it to the pylon, scores himself a touchdown. And then the substitute quarterback, Jake Rushlow. First play, he touches the ball, he takes it in. Incredible efficiency. Washougal should go back to him, see if he can keep up this standard of one touchdown in the second half. So it should be a fun second half here. At least that's what we're hoping. So, some other cool news coming out of our area today, sports-wise. The Fort Vancouver Trappers girls cross-country team today won the league championship at the 2A level, according to a tweet I saw from their coach, Owen Frazier. So congratulations to the Trappers. They have such a strong program over there. You saw a little video about them at halftime. So according to what I just saw, they are league champs. So very exciting. Second place, actually, Washougal, who's on the field tonight. So congratulations to the Panther finishing second. And the Rapids actually finished fourth, Columbia River. So a pretty strong showing from these teams that we are following here tonight. Additionally, from Fort Vancouver High School, Jeffrey Trong made the state competition in boys tennis. So really exciting. So two big programs at Fort Vancouver High School that are now back on the rise. Pretty exciting to see them doing so well. Some good coaching there from Corey Farr on the boys tennis team. And then this Columbia River boys tennis team also very successful. They are headed back to state as well. So, some of those sports we don't see as often on television or in the newspaper, still very important for these schools, and it's cool to see them find some success. So we are ready for the third quarter kickoff at long last.
Upper River number 16, Tyler Brown.
And here it is. Tyler Brown with the kick. Kind of squibs it up the middle. It is recovered. And there's some space there. He's got a hole up the middle, across the 50-yard line. Ranton Reynolds with a big-time return to put Washougal in the Rapids territory to start the second half. So 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line for Washougal.
At the 48-yard line.
They attempt to do these squib kicks, and sometimes they're not able to cover as well. You can see it's a quick kick, so he's able to pick it up and bust through this line before the outside special teams players had a chance to close in on it. So here is Rushlow again. He takes it across. That's a first down. Jake Rushlow. So unfortunately, we're not seeing Holden B back here in the second half. That's a tough loss there for Washougal. We hope B is okay. He was holding his back as he was walked off the field earlier in the first half. He took a hit in the back on a pass. A penalty was called for a late hit. B was on the deck for a little bit, finally got up and walked off the field, and now he is not out to start the second half. So Jake Rushlow, the senior, a 5'9" senior, 153 pounds, showing some wheels, running the option here. He takes it to the right, catches a block, knocks over a Rapids player. He's still going, pushes his way for a first down. Jake Rushlow. with his speed and running ability, Rushlow is just a fantastic name for him.
And the run in the first down by number
He gets to
9,
that corner so
Thomas
quickly.
Brown.
Watch this. He's going to knock over that Columbia River defender. That's actually Adam Watts, the other team's quarterback, taking the hit. So a little quarterback on quarterback punishment there. And now it's first down on the 24-yard line for Washougal. Rushlow hands it off the middle. There's a flag on the play. That ball goes nowhere. We'll see what this call is. Officials getting together to talk it over there. The flag went up right as the ball was snapped. Looks like the official's going over to speak to the Columbia River coaching staff to make sure they accept it. I'm imagining it's a false start. Yep, there it is, a false start on Washougal. Pushes the ball back 5 yards to the 29-yard line. Not much going there for Washougal on the play anyway, but now they are pushed back 5 yards. So it's going to be first and 15.
14 Panthers.
Rushlow joined in the backfield by Ranton Reynolds. He takes it out to the left side. Reynolds not able to get the block, but Rushlow keeps his feet going, picks up maybe 2 yards. Funny on that play, Rushlow ran past his blocker there. Reynolds was his lead block. So second and well, they're saying about 15 here.
Thomas Brown.
You can see there he goes past his blocker and no one there to pick up those Rapids players.
Second down and 14 Panthers.
So Rushlow by himself down the backfield. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He's going to try to run it up the middle, catches a block, but not enough blocking there, and Washougal picks up maybe 2 yards on that play. They're looking at a long third down here.
Stop by number 53, Nicholas
Columbia River doing a good job now, the last few plays anyway, of containing Rushlow, forcing him onto the inside.
Third down and 14.
So third and 14 for Washougal. Rushlow getting, looks like we might have a timeout on the field. Yes, a timeout for Washougal. Going to talk this one over.
Panthers.
Yeah, so parents, you should know this. The district is offering free optional COVID-19 testing. For now, the testing is available at the Jim Parsley Center near the Boys and Girls Club. That's on Falk Road and Plamondon Road. It's available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Towards the end of this month, school-based testing will begin. Also, so you know, all non-vaccinated middle and high school athletes will be required to be tested twice weekly to compete. For all testing, parental consent is required. So if you need a COVID test for your student, it is free. I've seen outside of our offices, the line, people are taking advantage. Make sure you do so yourself if you need to. All right, third down and 13 now here for Washougal. We've got Jacob Rushlow and Ranton Reynolds in the backfield. Rushlow runs out to his right. He tosses. That ball is up for grabs. That's a Columbia River interception. They've picked off the ball, and they're going to take over on the 11-yard line. Aiden Flores with the pick. His second big play today on defense. He was the one who returned that blocked kick earlier today. So it's going to be a Rapids first down on the 13-yard line. So some more stellar defense here from Columbia River, forcing that turnover. They've got a long field ahead of them here, trying to stretch out this 14-13 lead. Adam Watts back in at quarterback. He's got Alden Miller behind him. Miller with the handoff, with the carry there. Not a bunch of yards, maybe 2 there. Excuse me, Aiden Miller. I said Alden. Now these players playing on new turf as well. We talked earlier about the other changes at Kiggins. New turf among them. You can see when Miller goes down, he gets a little bounce off the new turf right there. Much softer than the old stuff, I'm told.
So 2nd and 7 here. Watts hands it off to Miller again. He's got a little room this time up the middle. Can't break that tackle. Maybe picks up a yard or 2. And they're looking at a 3rd down and around, I would say 5.
Gain of 3 again by number 27, Miller.
So some good blocking up front, but then the linebacker steps up. Nowhere for Miller to go.
3rd and 5, River.
So 3rd and 5. Saw some success from Watt in the first half, rolling out to his left and right, both on the ground and in the air. Let's see if they put him in a moving pocket here. Some motion across. He hands it off. It's an end around. That one is going nowhere. Washougal contains the end around, and it's going to be a 4th down for Columbia River. So the punt unit runs in here for River. See there, nowhere for Gunnar Gatton to go. And you can see on your screen there, about 4 yards short of that 1st down. So back to return is Ranton Reynolds, who just had that big kick return, trying to get something going here on the punt. A low snap. That kick just gets off. Might have been tipped. Reynolds now letting it go. Some good coverage downfield by the Rapids. Boy, oh boy, that was a close one for the Rapids there. The Washougal defense burst through that line.
Julian Morales.
But I think Julian Morales on the punt there.
1st down, Panthers.
He just got it off in time.
43-yard line.
So Washougal taking over here at the 43-yard line. 7.5 minutes in the 3rd quarter. The first quarter and the second quarter both went pretty quickly. We're seeing a little bit more stoppage here in the 3rd quarter as the teams get a bit more deliberate. So Rushlow in the backfield, joined by Ranton Reynolds, which is a name I really enjoy saying, by the way. He is, that ball put out just beyond his reach there. You can see. Actually, I believe that was Thomas Brown who made the pass there at quarterback.
2nd down and 10.
So Brown listed as a wide receiver. Have I been saying the wrong name this whole time? It's entirely possible. Yep, Brown in at quarterback. Thomas Brown. He's going to run out to his right. Has a little bit of space. Picks up about 4 yards on the 2nd down carry. So a manageable 3rd down coming up now for Washougal. I don't know at what point they substituted in Brown for Rushlow, but I see Rushlow out there too, number 7 trotting in. So a little dual quarterback strategy here for Washougal. Third and 8 on the 45-yard line, just on the other side of the 45-yard line. So Brown back to pass, nowhere to go. He cuts it up the middle, breaks a tackle, looking for those 1st down marker. He knocks over a Rapids player. That's a 1st down for Washougal. Thomas Brown making something out of nothing there. Columbia River in the backfield, unable to wrap him up. He takes it to the Rapids defender. Watch here. Play's broken. He breaks that tackle and then bang. Good effort by the Rapids player to get low but unable to wrap. Washougal cheerleaders down there enjoying what they're seeing as this Panther team moves the ball down the field. Well, they're not actually looking at the field, so I think they're just generally enjoying the success here. All right. Washougal, 1st down. That ball swung out. That's a wild pass. Nearly caught there. Wow. You can see Brown is not a natural quarterback from his throwing motion. So he's doing yeoman's work here as a quarterback, a running quarterback, but unable to connect on that pass. I thought
Reynolds there was going to be able to run underneath that ball. It was put so far out ahead of him, but couldn't quite drag that one in there. That's a dangerous pass, too, because there were Rapids players over there who could potentially have stepped up in front. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Brown out to his left. He's going to carry it, gets a block, turns the corner, cuts it upfield. Ooh, and he's going to be close to that first down. He's not going to get there, but this is going to be a manageable 3rd down here for Washougal. About 2 yards short, 1.5 yards.
Gain of 9 on the play by your quarterback, number 9.
You can see here, there's that toss. See how he threw it up there? There's a Rapids player there right in front of him. All right, so 3rd and 2 from the 36-yard line. Brown and Reynolds in. Hands it off to Reynolds. He goes up the middle. Oh, his helmet comes off. Big hit there. Ranton Reynolds' helmet came flying off in the middle of that play. He did pick up the first down, I believe. Just a big crunch there at the line. No, they're saying he's short. Wow, look at that. I'm glad he's okay because that's a dangerous play for him. And he has to come off the field because his helmet came off. So they're saying he was down short. It looked from my angle like he got across that line, but he didn't. So it's 4th down and 1 on the 36-yard line. Will Cooper in the backfield now with Brown. Brown's going to take it up the middle. He will get that first down. The sticks will move. And Washougal marching their way down the field here with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, down 14-13. You can see the replay here. Brown just picks his spot and attacks it. Doesn't need a lot, but gets enough. So comes back to the line now. It's Brown and Cooper in the backfield. 2 receivers out wide to the right, 1 out to the left. He's going to run it again is Brown. He takes it up the middle. He finds a hole. That ball's loose on the ground. A big pile. Let's see who comes up with it. River saying they have it, but you can never trust the defenders when they say they do, but they do have it. That's a Columbia River turnover. Another big takeaway from that Rapids defense. Columbia River football on their own 20-yard line. Heartbreak for Washougal as they were moving that football. Let's see if we can see how that ball pops out. Yep, just a loose carry there by Brown. Some good hands work there by the Rapids defense. Pops that ball loose, and they're going to take over. You can see Brown sort of limping off the field here. He's obviously not pleased with what happened. Hopefully, you know, he's tired and not injured there. Sometimes see them coming off the field that way. So Columbia River takes over here. See if they can have a better drive than their first possession in the 3rd quarter. Got Adam Watts at quarterback. And behind him, trying to see a uniform number. I can't, so let you know in a sec. Watts is going to toss. Nowhere to go. He cuts it up the middle. He's got a lot of space. Makes a move. Oh, he goes to the outside now. Picks up about 8 yards. Another good running play from Watts there. May have had an outside move. Decided to cut it back up in the middle. Great play by Watts there. So it's going to be about 2nd and I want to say 2. Yep, 2nd and 2. Under 4 minutes now. See Watts here just trying to decide nowhere to go. Busts it up the middle. Starts to break to the outside right there and then decides to cut back. So I'm not sure which would have been better for him. But either way, it's 2nd and 2. He takes the snap. A little miscommunication. He keeps the ball and drives his feet forward for a first down. Looked like in the backfield there he was expecting his running back to be in one place. He wasn't. But Watts, again, another smart play. The play wasn't what he wanted, and instead of waiting, he just decided to run. See, right there, decides to run with it. Picks up that first down. So 1st and 10, ball on the 38-yard line. The rain continues to fall here at Kiggins. Puddles everywhere except on the field, which has excellent drainage now thanks to this new turf. There's a handoff on the left side. That's going to be about 8 yards before finally taken down Looks like that is Nicholas Iannello, who we have not seen yet, a sophomore. And cuts up the middle. Gets stood up, but a good pickup there. A nice 8-yard run.
Nicholas Iannello.
I'm not sure if you can hear the PA announcer over the mics here, but the Columbia River's got a pretty good one. Very entertaining for the crowd. So 2nd and 1, they're saying now on the 47-yard line. Another handoff up the middle. And that one goes nowhere quick. That was Levi Hungle on the carry, another sophomore. So Columbia River cycling through a lot of running backs here tonight. It's a good experience for these young players. This is an important game, and they're getting actual, carries in a big game. So they lost a couple yards on that. We're going to be 3rd and 3 now for the Rapids on the 45-yard line. Every time that huddle breaks, a plume of steam escapes. All right, here's the rollout to the right by Watts. He's got one defender to beat, beats him. Oh, great little shovel pass there. That's going to be a River first down. Wow, Adam Watts. Just smart play after smart play. He was wrapped up. He managed to just flip that ball out ahead, and that's a Columbia River first down. Watch this. He's wrapped. Yeah, here you go. Adam Herrera there, making himself available, making the catch and picking up that Rapids first down. So now they're on the 47-yard line of Washougal with a first down ahead of them. So Watts and Aiden Miller going over the play call here. Flores in motion, handoff to Miller up the middle, off the right tackle. He's got a little bit of space, a big hit on that right side, and a flag comes out that might be a targeting penalty. I'm not sure. It looked like Miller was hit pretty high there, and that flag came in right after the hit. So we'll see what the officials have to say here. But if it is a targeting penalty or a high hit, that ball is going to move 15 yards down the field and put Columbia River even closer to that end zone. Watching the gentleman in the
Flag down on the play.
white hat here. He's going to give us a call here in just a moment. No, a hold. Interesting. I did not see that. Interesting, a hold on Columbia River. So I don't know if we have a replay. I'd be curious to see that hit at the end. It seemed really high to me, but it's on the far side of the field from me, so I might have not seen it well. I don't know if you could really see it there. In any case, it is a penalty against the Rapids, so it's going to be 1st and about 17 on the 45-yard line of Columbia River. Watts hands it off the middle, up the middle there. Miller again. Or excuse me, Aiden Flores on the carry.
And the run by number 13, Levi Hungle.
Actually, I'm sorry, it was Levi Hungle on the carry. So a slight pickup there. It's going to be 2nd and 17. We're under a minute here in the third quarter. Excuse me, 2nd and 12, so it's about a 5-yard pickup. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter for Columbia River here. They're just on the other side of the 50. Here's Watts rolling out to his left. He floats it up. He's got a man. Oh, just off the fingertips. A delicate little pass put up there for Jacoby Fobbs, and he couldn't quite pull it down.
Complete to number 5.
Watts put it in a place that only Fobbs could get it over the defense because there was a defensive back in front of Fobbs, but just too far. So we're going to have 3rd and 12 for Columbia River. See what Coach Smedley has cooked up here. You can see he just sort of floats it up over the defensive back, but just beyond the reach there of Fobbs. So motion here for the Rapids. Hands it off up the middle. He's got some space. I don't know if he is. He's going to bust through. Big carry there for the sophomore, Levi Hongle. So that's a Rapids first down. There goes Hongle up the middle. Makes that cut back to the middle before finally getting dragged down there around the 24-yard line. And that will end the third quarter. So no scoring in the third at the end of 3. 14-13. Columbia River holding on to the lead, driving deep into Washougal territory, trying to put another touchdown on the board. So stay tuned for this game in the fourth quarter here. We've got an exciting finish coming up, I'm sure. And as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we are not done for the season. We have more football coming your way. Coming up tomorrow, Hawkinson versus Hudson's Bay. Hawkinson looking to make the playoffs yet again. Hudson's Bay looking for their first win. Next week, we've got Hudson's Bay versus Columbia River on Thursday. And then on Friday, our final regular season broadcast of the year, Adrian Nelson, a brand new high school down in Clackamas, comes up to visit Skyview. Of course, Skyview tomorrow has that huge game against Camas. If Skyview wins that game, they will almost certainly win the 4A Greater St. Helens League title outright. If they lose against Camas, then it's sort of anyone's guess between Skyview Union and Camas. So a lot of good football coming up for us. Make sure you tune in the next 2 weeks. This is the best time of the year for high school football. All these games matter, so it's pretty fun, and we enjoy bringing them to you. You can see in the crowd there, Washougal fans, not all of them wearing their masks as they should be, which is required by state law. So just FYI security, I guess. There's a run there from Columbia River. That was Nicholas Iannello, his second carry of the night. So 2nd and 10, no gain on that play. Actually, looks like they even lost a yard. Yep, 2nd and 11 on the 24-yard line. Two receivers out to the left. Watts takes the ball, hands it off up the middle. Nowhere to go on that play. Aiden Miller dragged down, loss of about 2, I'd say. So 3rd and long here for Columbia River.
3rd down and 13, River.
On the 26-yard line. We've seen some interesting play calling from Coach Smedley here throughout the game on 3rd and 4th down. Some rollout passes, some surprise runs up the middle on 3rd and long that were successful. Let's see what he has here. Columbia River tight. A bit of a broken play again for Columbia River, and down goes Watts. You could see there, he turned around. He thought his running back was going to be there. He wasn't, and Watts had nowhere to go. Watch this. He thinks he's going to be on the right. His running back there. Miller went out to the left, and that play was a no-go from the start from Columbia River. So now they're really facing a long down here. 4th down and probably around 20.
4th down and 20 for River.
So we'll see what they come up with. They are not going to kick it. Watts joined in the backfield by Miller. So it says 4th and 12, but it is about 20. The local scoreboard operator didn't adjust it. Here goes Watts. He's got some space, but will he have enough? No, he comes back. He was looking to pass because he knows he's not going to get there on the ground, and he doesn't. So Washougal's defense holds. They're going to take over on the 27-yard line. 9:36 here left in the ball game. We'll see if they can march their way down the field. So Columbia River needed a big play there. They weren't able to get it. Watts couldn't pull out another magic play there out of his bag, and Washougal will take over. See who's in at quarterback this time. And that is a big loss here for Washougal's offense. Without B in the game, they don't appear to have a passing quarterback. They have running quarterbacks, which, has worked, but not well enough to get him in the end zone yet. So there's the snap. Columbia River's defense sniffs that one out. Nowhere to go for Thomas Brown. Had nowhere to go on that play. So a loss of about 5, maybe 4. Great defensive surge there from Columbia River. So 2nd and 13 on the 24-yard line. Thomas Brown in at quarterback. He hands it off up the middle. There's Reynolds again. He takes it off tackle, picks up about 7. Good bit of running there from Reynolds. So Ranton Reynolds there gets back beyond the original line of scrimmage to make 3rd down doable here for the Panthers. Reynolds has shown some tough running tonight, getting a lot more carries here in the second half, or actually after the first quarter.
3rd down and 7, Panthers.
So 3rd and 7. Brown coming in with the call from the sideline. Three wide receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. High snap, he's looking out, he throws it out to the flat, has a completion, but Columbia River all over that play. Matt Brown on the reception from Thomas Brown. You can see there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rapids players surround him. So it's going to be 4th and 8. Still 7:45 left here in the 4th quarter, so no time to panic for Washougal. They are going to punt it away. I believe Aiden Miller back to return the kick. I can't see the number from here. There's the snap. Here's the kick. Ooh, short kick. Columbia River's going to have good field position. They just need to leave it alone. And that ball's down at the 48-yard line of Washougal. It was Chris Parkin back there to return the kick, but didn't come close to that football as the punter felt the heat and popped it up high. Didn't get much of a bounce. So River is in business here. They're on the 48-yard line of Washougal. There's 7 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. A touchdown here would put them up 7 or 8 points depending. This is exactly where they would like to be here. So Adam Watts comes back in. He's got 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Hands it off up the middle. Not a lot of room there for number 13, Levi Hongle. Picks up maybe 2 yards. The clock continues to run. It is incredible to me. I've said it once, but how many different running backs we've seen tonight from Columbia River. So lucky to have that kind of depth and the trust in those younger players that you can put them out on the field in a big game like this and have them, perform. Pretty impressive. So 2nd down and 7 for the for the Rapids. How many times am I going to say that tonight?
Folks, get ready for the 50-50 drawing. Winner's going to receive $45 tonight.
So they're in no rush to snap the ball. They want that clock to keep winding down. So they're going to take their time here. Try to make Washougal start to burn some timeouts. So a little confusion there. Watts looking to the sideline. There's the snap, hands it off up the middle. That's Hongle again. He breaks a tackle. He pushes it up. Ooh, he's awfully close to that 1st down marker. Good run from Levi Hongle. Looks like they're not going to give him the first, but he is awfully close. Hongle, you can see here, takes it up the middle. Breaks a tackle before finally being brought down there. So 3rd and 1 on the 46-yard line. Columbia River churning that clock.
519-2994. 519-2994 is the winning ticket. Go up to concessions and claim your $45. Thanks for participating.
So Watts and Hongle in the backfield. 3 receivers out to the left. Milking that clock. Here comes the blitz. Hongle takes it up the middle. He's got some space, breaks it out. That's a first down for Columbia River. Great bit of play calling there from River. The blitz came on the right side. They ran it to their right side. They ran it to the opposite side. Had plenty of room. Hongle, some tough running, takes a big hit, getting some props there on the sidelines from his teammates. That is a first down for Columbia River. 5:17 and counting here on the clock. And Columbia River with the first down, looking to put some points on the board here. The rain has lightened up just a bit here at Kiggins Bowl, but it's all relative. It's still raining pretty hard, just not as hard as it was earlier. So Watts takes the snaps, handed off up the middle. Hongle breaks a tackle, picks up about 2-3 yards. No, that's not Hongle anymore. He got the break. That's Nicholas Iannello, another sophomore. So we've seen, different running backs tonight. We started with Caden McDonald. We haven't seen him in a while. Hopefully he's not injured.
Second down and 7.
But Iannello with the nice carry. Looks like it's about 2nd and 7. So it's still Iannello in the backfield with Watts. 2 receivers out to the left. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to roll out to his left. He's got a man. He's going to carry it. And that's a first down. He does go out of bounds, so the clock will stop, but another Columbia River first down. Another play there where Watts had a receiver ahead of him. This time it was Kai Butcher-Wynn. You'll see him right on the right-hand side of your screen at some point. Maybe not, but he decides to hold on to it, and it is a smart play. You're not risking a clock stoppage with no first down. He just holds on to it and uses those wheels and gets himself a first down. So 3:57 left here in the fourth quarter. Columbia River with a first down on the 18-yard line of Washougal, trying to close this thing out, trying to draw themselves even with the Panthers in the league standings and capture that last playoff spot with a potential win next week against Hudson's Bay, trying to put themselves in position. Here's the snap. There's Iannello. He takes it off the left side. He's pushing it forward for 8 or 9 yards. Good, tough running from the sophomore. Looks like we have a Panther down on the far side. So there's Iannello with the tough run. Some good blocking up front on the left tackle there for him. So we do have a Washougal player down. Saw him struggling to get up at the end of the play, and now he is back down on the turf. So we'll wait for him to get off the field, and hopefully he's okay. On cold, wet nights like this, it is easy to, pull a hamstring or tweak a muscle, or, your body is tight. It's cold. So hopefully he's doing okay. Looks like he is up, so that's good news. He's limping off the field. Number 65 there, Colin Massey, the big senior lineman.
Second down and 1, River.
So 2nd and 1 here for Columbia River. Just, you can see right there on the nose of the ball on the 10-yard line. Is that Aiden Flores? No, that's Aiden Miller in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's trying to get to that. He's not going to get there. I do see a flag come in. I'm guessing that's going to be a hold, but we'll find out here in a moment. Miller just trying to find an inch or two just to squeeze across that first down marker, but isn't going to get there. Yep, you can see the hold right there. That's a pretty obvious call there for the official. Looked like Brock Schultz with his hands inside the other player's numbers while his body was outside. So that's a pretty easy call to make for the official. Yeah, he just gave us a little bit of a hint there, and there's the official call. So that's going to push Columbia River back 10 yards to the 21-yard line. So they're looking at 2nd and 12. On the plus side for them, the clock did tick off a few. So, you know, they need one of two things to happen here, a touchdown or just to keep grinding this clock down to force Washougal into passing situations. And with the Holden B out, they don't have a passing quarterback that we've seen come off the bench just yet. So pushing them all the way back and making them march the entire length of the field is good strategy here for the Rapids. So there's a handoff up the middle. This time it's Miller. He has some space, takes the hit, and gets down to about the 15-yard line. He's a little slow to get up. Yep, a little bit of a limp in his step there. Took a big hit in the thigh pad area, and sometimes you can get a stinger in there. Watch right there. Yep. So he trots off the field. Looks like we're going to see a timeout here from Washougal.
Timeout.
We can see a good shot there. We can see Miller trying to shake that one out. And if it is a stinger, hopefully, you know, a stinger's sort of a bruise or a big hit to a muscle, kind of tightens it up a little bit. Just got to kind of shake it out. Hopefully we'll see him back on the field in a minute here for Columbia River. So all you can really do here if you're Washougal is get a stop, force Columbia River, who has shown some resistance to booting a field goal, try to force them into a turnover or a turnover on downs. And then you've got plenty of time, even if you're on the ground here, you know, just under 3 minutes, you can run that football down the field. Reminder that in high school football, a first down stops the clock while they move the chains. So it's kind of like a little mini timeout every time you get a first down. So that's what they need to start to think about here. If they can get that stop, they're in business. And if they give up a quick touchdown, frankly, they're still in business because, you know, there's going to be time left. It'll still be a one-score game no matter what. So, all right, here's Watts back. He's going to keep that ball himself, roll to the right. He's looking to run that. He's got some space. Is he going to get to the end zone? No, he comes up just short. But another good, smart carry there by Watts. He's patient, lets those blocks develop out ahead of him, and picks up that first down, and Columbia River is knocking on the door. Just letting his blockers block and taking the lanes they give him. That's just smart running there by Watts. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for Columbia River.
And goal at the 1-yard line for River.
At this point, it almost might be better for Washougal to let them score, keep clock, because that's their biggest enemy. Here's the, oh, that ball's loose. Looks like he fell on top of it, Watts did. Looks like we have another timeout. Washougal. So we'll have a little bit of a break here. It looks like he might have got back to the line of scrimmage despite the fumble. So Watts falls on that one. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, that ball didn't even get back to him. I don't know what happened with the center there. Did he snap it off? I don't know how that ball. Hey, look at that. It's Holden. We've got our students out here working tonight. This is a extracurricular program for students. So we have student and some adult crew members. So that's Sam out there. Sam is not a student. He's a former Fort Vancouver student who volunteers for us. There's Holden. He goes to school at Columbia River High School. He was excited to come out and do the game today. He's an intern. He gets school credit and college credit through a partnership with our career and technical education program. And then in our control room, look, we've got some more folks there. Running replays, directing, you name it. And that's our control room. So we've got 2nd down and 2 here, back to the action. An interesting, that's an unusual formation. It looks like Columbia River has done the math and they're going to kneel it out.
Well, it's Sam, and he was camera 4.
So there's 2 downs in 2 minutes here. I don't feel like this math works, but I did go to school for journalism and not math. So they went into a safety formation. They snapped it and downed it. There's 2 downs left here.
3rd down and 5 for River.
The play clock is not a minute long, so I think they're going to just say, let's take as much clock off as we can. And then force Washougal to march down the field. So Watts has 2 receivers. It's interesting, they were in a safety, now they're in a regular formation. So Watts is gonna run it out to the left. He's got some space. Can he beat the defender? He beats one. Does he beat the second one? No, he's down on the goal line. He's so close.
Shy of the goal line, 4th down and goal.
He was just close enough. Great bit of blocking there from his running back, Hongle, and he got down all the way to the goal line. Yeah, Levi Hongle there with a big block, because that play gets blown up if that block isn't made. So good bit of blocking there. So 4th and 1. The clock is running. We're under 45 seconds here. They're going to run one play no matter what. It's either going to be a touchdown or a turnover, and then Washougal will have almost no time to march this ball down the field. Looks like we might have a timeout. Yep.
Timeout call.
Columbia River calls a timeout. So there's 20 seconds left on the clock. The ball's on the 1-yard line. And no matter what, Washougal is in a tough position. Columbia River played the clock beautifully here in this last drive. Hey, there's our crew again. There's Holden. Holden, cover your nose. He can't hear me. Hey, it's Isaiah. Isaiah goes to Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. He's had to try to run camera with that band right behind him all night long, which hasn't been easy. Isaiah and Holden, both are interns. Again, getting high school credit and college credit and learning a ton. Both of them interested in careers in television or broadcasting or film after high school. So this is a good opportunity for them to get some experience before they enter the workforce. And then I know in the control room we've got Sam and we've got Caleb there. And then the man in the middle of your screen there is Spencer, a Fort grad who's volunteering for us tonight, who works professionally covering the NFL. So here's a handoff up the middle. He doesn't get there. So Levi Hongle gets the call on 4th down, can't get into the end zone. And so it is miracle time now for Washougal. 15 seconds left on the clock. They have 99 yards to go. So here's Hongle, good replay, doesn't get there. Great bit of tackling there from Washougal. That was Garrett Mansfield on the big hit. He prevents the touchdown. And we're going to see what Washougal has up its sleeves. Are we going to see a trick play? Are we going to see a pass? Something to the outside, I would imagine, but we'll have to find out. Columbia River deep in a safety prevent type defense. So here's an option up the middle. Picks up just 2 yards. The clock is running. Washougal scrambling to try to run another play. Will they get there? 2-1. They do get the ball off. That ball is on the ground. I don't know if that's going to be a safety. Looks like a safety. Either way, it is a Columbia River victory. The Rapids, a little post-curricular on the field there, as you can see, but everyone's breaking that up pretty well. Columbia River comes out on top. They defend. This isn't their home turf. Their home field is under construction now, but they are treating Kiggins like their home field this year, and they hold on to that home field advantage. They win it actually 16-13. They just added the 2 points for the safety, but in any case, it is a Columbia River victory. A tough, well-fought ball game by both teams tonight. The biggest turning point in the game may have been that Holden B injury, limiting Washougal's offense. We saw a scoreless second half as both teams, well, I guess it wasn't scoreless because of the last second safety. So we're going to see some highlights here from the game. You know, not a lot of offensive firepower here. So we're seeing what we did have, which was this big turnover after Columbia River failed to score. And then Adam Watts rolls into the end zone. This tied the ball game. Here's that big blocked kick. And Flores on the return here. You know, that might have been actually Adam Herrera who blocked it. I've been saying the whole time it was Nicholas Hutchinson, but I didn't see. I think Herrera might have got a fingertip on it. Here's the big run from Watts. He evades the tacklers, finds the pylon, and then here is the rushing touchdown at the end of the first half for Washougal. That's Thomas Brown. And that will be the end of the scoring here. The big interception there, the Brown pass. So Flores with the interception. And that is it. So a really fun game out here at Kiggins. I hope by myself here you enjoyed the ball game. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got Hudson's Bay hosting Hawkinson. We'll have Alex Gall and Corey Keir on the call. So from Kiggins Bowl, until tomorrow, I'm Nick Voll. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.